Most athletes know they need to reach out to college coaches, but they don't because they don't know who to contact. So if you want to see exactly which coaches your son should be reaching out to get scholarship offers, this video is for you. One of our coaches is going to show you how we evaluate game film to target the right divisions, whether it's Division 1, Division 2, NAI, or Division 3, how we structure highlight videos so coaches actually watch it, and what he needs to improve to reach the next division up. So you can do the same.
One of the first things that I would remove, and you can just take this into consideration this next fall, but for instance, this right here, this would be a hold at any level of college football. And so college coaches, especially offensive line coaches, we're going to look at this and be like, oh, well, that's not good technique. That's going to be a flag. That's a bad habit. So you don't want to have anything on there that's not going to be your best stuff. Another clip, and these are just my recommendations for future highlights, like this clip at the 219 mark. I understand this type of move where it's like, I'm going to throw them down, but that's a bad habit. Like you risk throwing players into other offensive linemen or the quarterback or something. College coaches don't want that. I don't think most offensive line coaches don't want that. But those are just some examples to remove. So anything that, would distract a coach from watching your film or give them an excuse to kind of stop watching, right? I would just clean it out, make sure it's professional, and it has all your best stuff for them to focus on. You don't want anything that's going to water down your highlights. Next would be your order of play. So it's just how the flow of your highlights goes.
If you're already spending thousands on personal trainers, nutritionists, private schools to help your son live his dream of playing college football, but he's not getting the exposure he deserves, and you don't want to let him settle for average, then you're going to absolutely want to be at this live training that I'm doing, where I'm going to share with you exactly what you can do to help your son to start getting 5 responses from college coaches every single day, from how to properly set up his social media profiles to when and how to post, to actually send the right messages to the right coaches so that they actually respond, and how do you respond when they do respond. So you don't have to spend thousands of hours trying to figure it out because you probably don't have the time, and so that you have everything you need to help your son be successful. So you're absolutely going to want to leave there. I'll leave a link below where you can register. Look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, you're going to want to start with all of your best pass pros. Okay, so you have some really good ones here at like the 52-second mark. It's a good clip. Some more clips like this to match. You only need a couple, all right? Be careful with those habits there. Okay, this next one at 1 is pretty good. That's not bad. So just putting your best stuff first. All right, then we'll go to run blocks. You have a lot of your best stuff right here at the end. So we want all this at the front. You climb to the second level, really good, and getting after it. Like coaches want to see that. Another one I would recommend is at the 128 mark. Climb into the second level. Hard to do. Really good block there. That's a good one. All right. So then you would get into all of your remaining highlights. So these aren't like your best stuff, but they're still good clips. Okay, so I put 15 here as an example, something you can match with this next fall. You're not destroying the guy or anything like that, but it's still a good clip. Okay, so that's something that would fall under remaining highlights. And so by organizing your film this way, you're telling a clear story. I can protect the quarterback, I can dominate in the run game, and I have the size to play at the next level. So now getting into the divisions and what we can do to improve. Okay, so right now I have you graded based on this film, which I know you've already started your next season. I've graded you at D3 to NAIA level with a potential to push Division 2 if you can make improvements, okay, that show up on tape this next season. So here's a breakdown of kind of the why, okay? And these are the criteria that kind of go into this. All right, first and foremost is grad year. You're 2027, so that's a good thing. All right, you have time. And so the fact that you still have time, but coaches want to start building their recruiting boards this year for the next, okay? And so progress now matters, all right? And so you have that to your advantage. One is your size. You're 6'5", 300. You could have lost weight. You could have gained a little better weight. It doesn't matter. You already check a huge box. But size alone is not just going to get you recruited. It is going to get you in the door. Next thing, big priorities, these next few. Foot speed. You need to polish your foot speed. The higher level you play, the quicker the defenders you'll face. So your lateral quickness, your ability to mirror defenders is huge. And it's so important at the offensive line position. Like you have to be able to kick and post really, really quickly. Next, flexibility. This is going to help you the rest of your career. You play high at times. You're already tall. So by pre-training and post-training stretching is going to help open your hips. As an offensive lineman, you need to be a knee bender and not a hip bender. So you have to be able to play with a low pad level even though you are tall, which is a good thing. So it's going to allow you to play with leverage and use your size. The pad level is going to be everything. All right. Next is power. You've shown a lot of spurts of that on your film, but you got to do it the right way. All right. So you need to show explosiveness in your drives, not just your hip tosses and one-hand throws, which are great, but you need to be able to do that with technique. And that's a huge focus point for this next season. It's your biggest gap right now. Without a consistent stance, footwork, hand accuracy, all those things, that's where it's going to hurt you with college coaches. because then you're kind of viewed as a project and not like a right now kind of player. So these divisions, great, like you being graded in these divisions, it's just where you are today based on this film. But it's also based on whether you can improve on film this fall. So that's what kind of changes your evaluation and allows you to kind of level up.
If you want to know the exact divisions that your son should be targeting, along with making sure his highlight video is in the right order, and knowing exactly what your son needs to show on film to get to the next division up, then I would highly suggest getting an evaluation. If you're interested in having us do the evaluation, I'll leave a link below where you can book a quick 15-minute call and see if it's a good fit.
So Levi, I hope at this point, I hope you take all these recommended adjustments seriously, and I hope you can start applying them as soon as possible. This feedback is designed to help you grow, okay? But it's exactly what can help take your recruiting to the next level. Okay, and remember that success in this area is not just going to come down to film. A huge thing for you, it's going to come down to your outreach. Okay, the way you present yourself on social media, the relationships that you're building with college coaches. So you should already, if you haven't, you should start emailing and calling coaches at the D3 and NAIA levels. Like you should have genuine interest from those levels, if not like close to getting offers. All right, but how well you're tagging these coaches on social media, getting them to your page, right? Getting them to watch your clips, getting your name on their radar. So when you post highlights this next season, don't just share new clips, show areas where you've improved based on these recommendations. And if you can commit to these steps and build your tape, sharpen your film, that's going to give you the best chance to raise your evaluation and open up higher levels at the college level. But the good thing is, Levi, your next step is your athlete interview. And it's such a crucial part of your recruiting because this is your chance to sit down with a coach and get real-time feedback on your communication and interviewing skills, because you're going to need to sharpen those tools for these upcoming conversations that you're going to have with college coaches. So before you hop onto that call, make sure you've watched this video to prep up beforehand.
Crazy stat, only 21% of the people that watch our videos are subscribers. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to continue to watch it, we post a podcast on the YouTube channel every Monday. We post a coaching video or how-to video every single Wednesday. So if you want to continue to watch videos, then make sure to consider to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.